Have you ever looked around your life, your work, your home, your relationships, your health, and thought, I keep working harder and harder, juggling as much as I can, yet I feel like I'm still not experiencing what I want to experience? You're checking all the boxes, you're keeping it together, and yet deep down, something feels missing. If you're a woman over 50 and you've been pushing through, your head is down, you're spinning all the plates, I want to ask you a question that no one ever really asks enough. Are you actually happy? Just busy, not just productive, not just fine, but truly happy. This video is for you if you're not quite sure how to answer that. Let's start with a powerful truth. Happiness isn't a mood. It's not pleasure, and it's definitely not pretending that everything is okay when it isn't. Psychologists define happiness as a deep, enduring sense of well-being, what they call flourishing. And one of the most powerful models we have to measure happiness is positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. Together, these five areas give us a fuller, more honest picture of how we're actually doing. Because being happy, isn't about having it all figured out. It's about feeling aligned, fulfilled, connected, and alive, especially when life isn't perfect. So, what happens when we don't ask ourselves if we're happy? When we're numb, when we hustle, when we perform or distract our way through our days without really stopping to reflect, over time, we lose touch with who we are. We wake up tired, we go to bed anxious or frustrated, we put our energy into work, caregiving, or survival, and we forget what joy feels like. And that connection has a cost. In fact, according to the 2025 World Happiness Report, the US just hit its lowest ranking. We're in 24th place. And that drop is especially steep for women between the ages of 45 and 65. And you may be asking why. Well, one has really prepared us for this chapter of our lives, for the hormonal shifts, for the career disappointments or flatlining, for the financial worry, for the loneliness we might be experiencing, particularly if we're independent women over the age of 50. And also that sense of being invisible or being devalued within our larger society, particularly in the US. We've been told to push through, to be grateful, to try harder, to be even more productive. Here's the truth. Unhappiness isn't laziness, it's misalignment. And if we don't pause to realign, we end up building lives that look fine from the outside, but don't feel like home on the inside. So let's pause a minute. Let's do an honest self check using that PERMA model that we discussed a moment ago. For each pillar, I'll share a few reflections and just notice what resonates. You can rate yourself from 1 to 10 or simply sit with whatever comes up. Let's start with positive emotion, the P. Now, do you laugh regularly? Do you feel hopeful in the mornings? Can you remember the last time you felt light? Not just relieved, but actually joyful? So many women our age tell me I feel flat, like I'm watching everyone have a great life instead of living it for myself. This isn't a flaw, it's a signal. So check in with yourself. How often do you feel lightness, pleasure, or contentment during each week? The next one is E, so that's engagement. When's the last time you lost yourself in something you love? Not a chore, not doom scrolling social media, but doing something that made time disappear. That state is called a state of flow, and it's critical to happiness. Without it, life becomes one long to-do list. So check in with yourselves. What activities fully engaged you? And when did you do the last one? When was the last time you did something like that? Next is relationships. So here we're asking ourselves, do we feel emotionally safe with anyone? Do we feel supported? Do we truly feel seen and appreciated? This has more to do more than romantic relationships. We're talking about family, friends, all of that. So, how often in this area do you feel like you're the strong one, that you're the reliable one? And how often do you feel overlooked? The truth is, loneliness doesn't come from being alone. It comes from being unseen or having an absence of deep, intimate relationships where you feel understood, valued, and supported. So check in with yourself. Who can you call when you're not okay? How often do you feel seen, supported, and valued? Next is meaning. Why do you get out of bed in the morning? What feels important, truly important to you right now? So many women reach this time of our lives over the age of 50 and realize that we've built lives around everyone else's needs, or we maybe don't even know what our needs are, what kind of life we want to be living. And now we get to this point and we don't know what matters. So check in with yourself. What parts of your life still hold meaning and what parts feel empty? Next is accomplishment. Do you feel proud of how you spend your time? Or do you fall into bed each night giving or feeling like you gave it all but got nowhere? When we're out of alignment, effort doesn't lead to fulfillment, it leads to burnout. So check in with yourself. What have you done recently that made you feel proud, accomplished, or aligned with who you want to be? Now, having gone through that, just take a breath. You don't have to fix anything right now. So allow yourself to not feel pressured by this exploration. Just notice what surfaced. And that's where we're going to begin. If this reflection stirred something within you, if you realize there's a gap between how you're living and how you want to live or how you want to feel, you are not alone and you are not broken. You're waking up. Your spark isn't gone, it's just buried beneath the weight of everything that you've had to carry to this point. At Wise Women Wellbeing, we help women over the age of 50, because we are in our 50s. We help everyone reignite their spark, one step at a time, through coaching, community, and a framework that we call the Happiness Operating System. But like I said, you don't need to do it all today. We're going to start small. So to start, I encourage you to download our free No Regrets checklist. It's 10 steps to start living fully after 50. It's a gentle but powerful way to begin realigning your life with what truly matters to you. And if this message landed for you, subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, and join us here at our YouTube hub or our Substack hub for more content that matters. This is a space where your happiness matters. These are conversations that we're going to have that will change everything. Then join me for my next video, which we call How to Reignite Your Inner Spark After 50. That video will walk you through our 3-part framework for getting your spark back. So let's keep this momentum going, and I'll see you there.